Oh, that's a good one too.
What's up, folks? Got another video for you here. Went out to a local pond of mine, aka a little local small lake. I only had a couple of hours this day, so I only took a couple of rods with me. I threw a bait that I really am comfortable with, which is the evergreen jackhammer. I was throwing a fire crawl this particular day, and I was throwing it around rocks, and I want to talk a little bit about that. A lot of people think of a chatterbait as a soft cover bait. I've been a little reluctant to give this tip away, by the way. But at the end of the day, an evergreen jackhammer, or really any chatterbait, but I feel like a jackhammer excels because of the way its components are and the way it sets up. If you look at the head, it's very nice and curved. So when it hits the bottom, it's made to really kind of dig into the bottom and bounce. And so you can use it a lot like a crankbait or a square bill, something that really you can use it like a four-wheel drive bait. And this thing really doesn't get hung up a ton unless you're using the wrong trailer. This Gary Yamamoto trailer is a good trailer for whenever you're fishing around soft cover. I was using it around the rocks that day. I honestly should have switched over to something that's a little bit more flat, because every now and then I would get hung up. I wasn't getting hung up enough for me to change the trailer, and this is a trailer I really prefer, and I know they were feeding on bait fish that particular day because I could see it on my graph. But at the end of the day, the trailer is going to be your big determining factor whenever you get around that cover that you're going to start getting hung up on, the hard cover I'm talking about. So if it's wood or rock, I do recommend more of a flatter trailer. But other than that, really, I feel like a chatterbait, specifically a jackhammer, is very underrated. It's something that you can throw around pretty much any type of cover, pretty much any depth. They've got it up to a 1.5 ounce, I believe. There might even be a bigger version than that, 1.25 ounce. But I mean, that 1.25 ounce, I've thrown it in 25 feet of water, and you're dragging bottom if you're not cranking it pretty fast. So again, it's a lot like a crankbait, and you don't have to use as much effort to keep it down because the weight of the head does all that for you, and you just get to really reel, which really tells you, or for me, it tells me that I get to cover a lot more of the water column that I want to cover. So if I want to drop it down a little bit and fish a certain water column, I can fish that pretty much the entire cast. Whereas with a crankbait, you have to crank it down to that depth, and you're losing some of that cast getting it down. So I hope some of those tips help you. Again, I'm really reluctant to be giving away my tip, but I do want to help some of y'all catch some more fish. If y'all have any questions about that, put them down in the comments. Happy to help. If you haven't subscribed to the video, please do so. And stay tuned here for a little bit more content.
All right. Out here on Lake Grapevine, it is a beautiful day. Nice fish. Oh, that's a good one too. Dang. That was a surprise. Surprise bite. Thank you. Oh, baby. It's another good one. Corner jaw, that fish wasn't going nowhere. Hey, relax a little bit. Let me take a picture of you. Ooh.